Hello, everyone. Good night, everyone, because it seems like I'm recording these videos late at night. I'm not time traveling, so the time that you see on the screen is the time that I'm recording this. The kids are to bed, and this is me time before I go to bed. So, well, hello, villagers, and welcome to Urban Crossing, the channel where we talk Animal Crossing, urban design, and living the good life. If you like these videos and want to see more of them, please like and subscribe to the channel. And if you have ideas or topics you'd like me to talk about, please share them in the comments below. That'd be great. So we're gonna travel to a random dream island tonight and see what we can learn about building towns and neighborhoods and how to live the good life. So in my last video, I gave an island tour of my island known as Tafiti, and I talked about some of the urban design principles and philosophy and the intersection of Animal Crossing and urban design, urbanism. And but there's another element that I want to add to the mix here, and that is living the good life. So this past year, I think Animal Crossing has allowed us an opportunity to slow down and maybe create the life that we wish we had. Because Animal Crossing mimics the calendar and the seasons and the hours of real life, it's easy to imagine how we could model our real life after some of the elements of Animal Crossing. So a little bit of background about me. In my real life, I play a lot of Animal Crossing just as a hobby. It's part of my self-care. It's really helped me this past year during the pandemic, and that's all right. It's kind of hard to multitask. I'm trying to get the dream island ready while I talk, and I'm not very good at that. So here we go. But I think a lot of people have really found Animal Crossing to be a benefit to their mental and emotional health. And so in my real life, I have a 5-star island, and I play Animal Crossing in my spare time, but I also volunteer in my small town as one of the city planning commissioners. And so, urban planning, city planning, um, creating more livable places is one of my hobbies, but my full time job is as a psychotherapist in private practice. So, I can't help but insert a little bit of that mental and emotional health piece into this because it is a huge thing that Animal Crossing has given to the world. It's an opportunity to live the life that we want to live, and I think it's a good life. So I'm going to share some of those thoughts as well as we do these island tours. So we are at the island of Tulip. Is that what I read? I think that's what it said. I went by too fast. Sometimes I just don't even read stuff. All right, yes, so this is the island of Tulip. Let's see what we've got here. Ooh, I think I'm going to like this. Wow, okay. So what I like to do is go all the way back to the front where the airport is. Okay, all right, I'm already digging this. All right, so we've got this plaza. In front of the plaza, got this fountain. What a focal point. I love the symmetry. Pine trees really give some height to to the plaza. I love the symmetry of the park benches, flags. Flags are a really important part of cities. There are a lot of cities around the world that have their own flag. Can you believe that? Paris has one, Chicago has one, Amsterdam, and it's really a big source of civic pride. So I want to cover this island, but not too quickly because there's so much to see. Let's look at their flag, okay? All right, I'm just going to take a guess that this Island creator is Japanese. I hope that's not too much of a stereotype. They may not be, but I see some Japanese elements here. All right, so we've got a little stall. I like the pavement here. It kind of connects everything. More of an urban fashion. Outdoor bistro. Okay, yeah, the symbol of Rome. That's Romulus and Remus, I believe. Oh, I don't remember exactly. Let's go over this bridge here. Yeah, I'm really digging this so far. It's really charming. A lot of attention to detail, the street lamps. You know, here you have this nice balance of the public and private realm. I really like that. You know, I'm not avoiding the beaches. You know, the beaches are really important public spaces. We don't often think of beaches as part of urban design, but you know, Seaside, Florida is a town. It's the original new urbanist community, and it's built right on the water. And all of the streets lead to a beach access point. A little free library. I love those. Some open space. Yeah, I'm really digging this island so far. You know, it's very much on a human scale, you know. Lots of little nooks and crannies, things to look at. Yeah, they kind of went the same direction I did with like having a fence and a private area for each house. But yet very much connected to, you know, these aren't just private country estates, but they're connected to this sidewalk grid. So, okay, here's where I started. The manholes, they really give a sense of you know, that you're in a city. You know, this is like a planned community. There's some things that tie it all together: the street lights, the sidewalk elements. There's a cohesion that comes from the public space, but then that gives room for a lot of variety in the private space. Okay, okay. Oh, I love this. Yeah. Chicken coops, I think. Or is that honey? Oh, that's honey. Beehives. Okay, yeah, right, duh. Yeah, honey jars, honey barrels, honeycombs, the cutting board. Yeah, I really like that. Urban farming, there's a whole thing with urban farming, you know. Even in cities you can have, you know, everybody needs places to grow their own food no matter what type of environment they're in, whether it be rural or very urban, you know, rooftop gardens, front yard gardens. I mean, think about how much food you could grow in your front yard if it were allowed. It's not really allowed in a lot of neighborhoods. Chickens, that's an important thing to have, you know. Beehives, how important are beehives to our environment? I mean, all of our food, all of everything that grows requires pollination. Bees, seems like. So looks like we've got some kind of a thing hidden behind here. Oh, okay. Look at that. Wow. I'm really impressed with this. Okay, okay. Now, I'm not going to spend a lot of time going in the houses. I mean, I could, but um, I'm mostly interested in, you know, the outdoor public realm and the design. See if I can get their map real quick. So yeah, definitely concentration of the civic buildings. There's definitely distinct neighborhoods that extend throughout the island. I really like that continuity of the streets and sidewalks. So, you know, what is your favorite part of these islands as you look at them? Is it these little nooks and crannies that are situated in nature? Is it the little front porches and side yards and backyards? Is it The waterfalls, the beaches, the houses. Yeah. Oh, the seaweed. Yeah, I don't have that seaweed for some reason. Well, I guess I probably do. I just haven't placed it on the beach. Oh, look at this. Oh my goodness, look at this. What a great place to get married, and everything's intentional. Everything there's a reason for everything. I really like that. And in some new urbanist communities, especially like these Animal Crossing islands, some people think they're kind of creepy because they're like too perfect. There's not enough grittiness. The houses are all brightly colored. And it's almost like they don't have any wear and tear. And I know it's because they maintain them. It's just called maintenance and like taking pride in where you live. See, yeah, I love the symmetry here. Things intentional, but there are some natural kind of random elements. These rocks. Oh, I love all these rocks. Where did they get these rocks? I haven't seen those yet. I don't do a lot of online play, so actually I don't do any online play, but I don't trade items or acquire items. So it's just all kind of on my own here. But um, notice they had these chairs, the other beach as well. Oh wait, this is where I started. No, this is the other side. Okay. So, I mean, what would you rate this island on the basis of urban design? I would definitely. Oh, they kind of cut this off. They created a cul-de-sac. Oh, I like that. I haven't seen that done a lot. I'm reluctant to give it 10 out of 10 because I'm sure it's a 5-star island, but I'm reluctant to do that because I feel like the 10s, that doesn't leave any room for improvement. But man, look how lovely this is. Hmm. Definitely a 9 out of 10. So, I think we've all kind of learned as we've spent time at home during quarantine, um, the importance of like if we're redecorating our house or decluttering, it's like asking the question, does this spark joy? What sparks joy when you look at these islands? Um, it's a good question to ask yourself sometime. Like, what is it about this that resonates? Is it the greenery? Is it the public spaces, the places to sit, the flowers, colors? Can you imagine, do you enjoy spending time alone? Imagining just being alone on this island, or do you enjoy sharing it with someone? So I know we've been through this area before, but I'm just kind of doing another walkthrough just to take it all in. You did a really nice job on this. I feel like there's a reason for this right here. That might be the reason right there. Take a picture. Yeah, that's pretty lovely. I'll have to start taking pictures of things on these different islands. We go back to the plaza. Y'all pronounce plaza as plaza or plaza? I usually say plaza, but there's people where I live that they go to this area that has the word plaza in it. And they like to say plaza, like it's if you're an insider, you say plaza versus everybody else who doesn't know what they're talking about says plaza. So I'm not sure about that, but this is pretty cool too. I might take a picture there. All right, well, as we wrap up this island tour, I'm just curious, like what are the things that stand out from this tour? What are the principles that we can take from this as it relates to urban design, placemaking, town building, but also living the good life? And I'm gonna have to say, like, the attention to detail, the level of organization. Oftentimes our environment needs to be a reflection of our best thoughts and feelings. When our environment doesn't reflect that, it can really bring us down, and sometimes the environments that we create are a reflection of what's going on inside of us. So if things are cluttered and messy, and they're that's okay. Like we don't have to be OCD about everything, but bringing some order to our chaos, and that's the thing that Animal Crossing gives us, is a sense of control and order. We can create our world in a world that's full of so many things outside of our control. We can create our own world, and that's probably the appeal of a lot of video games. But we need a sense of order. But even in such a well-crafted game like Animal Crossing, there's still things outside of our control, like flowers sprouting up where we don't want them to, and weeds, and getting stung by a wasp, or um, just things that don't look right, and we're not able to control every single thing. But obviously a lot of thought went into this island, and symmetry, and that's really what it takes. Like all of the great European cities, you know, the ancient civilizations, even east and west, there's a very specific intentionality, and that's one of the things that we've lost, at least in the U.S. Since World War II, is we've lost this body of knowledge for how to create places, how to create civic environments, and how to build towns and neighborhoods that are for people. Um, there's this body of knowledge that took thousands of years to develop based on the needs of human beings, and we just kind of threw it out the window, as James Howard Kunstler says, and we're just now rediscovering it. So new urbanism isn't really new at all. It's just rediscovering what we forgot. It's new to us, but it's really very old practice and body of knowledge, as I said. So I just want to encourage you to think about, on a personal level, like what order do you need to bring to your life? What attention to detail can you craft? Maybe it's a room in your house that you can just kind of take control of and create that space that you really long for, and have everything in its place. And I wonder what that would do for you. But also in our public environments, maybe it's your yard, maybe it's your front porch, sprucing it up. Maybe it's working with some people in your neighborhood or in your town or city to just be a little more intentional. Places that have that level of detail are safer. There's less crime because people know that they're loved, and it doesn't take a lot of money to keep stuff clean. That's something that I just don't quite understand sometimes about rundown properties. Is it doesn't cost anything to like clean, and I know there's more layers to that, and a lot of social and systemic injustice that's involved in how people take care of themselves, and limitations of that. So I won't get into all of that per se, but I think we can all do our part to create more livable and lovable places. So I want to thank you for going on this tour of Tulip with me. To whoever created this island, thank you for sharing it with us, and thank you for creating such a wonderful place. Thanks for watching, and again, if you'd like to see more of these videos, please like and subscribe. Give me some feedback, and until next time, I invite you to check out some of my other videos. I have one other one that I've made, so this is number 2, and there's more to come. And with that, I'll leave you to it. Have a good night.